Matangi, Matangi, Matangi. The utterance of the divine word. The utterance of the divine word. Dark, emerald, mother, Matangi, Matangi. Abounding in joy, auspicious, let your side glance fall on us. O who dwells in the forest of bliss. Victory to the daughter of the sage Matanga, who has the color of a dark blue lotus. Victory to the nectar of all song. Victory to her who loves the playful parrot. Matangi as the spoken word. Mata literally means a thought or an opinion. Matangi, Matangi, Matangi is thus the goddess power which has entered into thought or the mind. She is the word as the embodiment of thought. She also relates to the ear and our ability to listen, which is the origin of true understanding that forms powerful thoughts. Matangi bestows knowledge, talent, and expertise. Matangi bestows knowledge, talent, and expertise. She is the goddess of the spoken word and of any outward articulation of inner knowledge, including all forms of art, music, and dance. Matangi is the last of the three goddesses who relate to the divine word, the other two being Tara and Bhairavi. Tara and Bhairavi. Like Tara, she is a goddess of learning, and eloquence. However, whereas Tara represents the illumined word, Pashyanti, Matangi represents the spoken word, Valkari, while Bhairavi is the goddess of the transcendent and unmanifested form of speech, Pada. Yet Matangi can also represent the middle form of speech, Madhyamya, which governs the ideas that we are putting into words and thereby our thinking process. In her highest role, Matangi represents Para Vakyati, or the supreme word as manifest through audible speech. Which is the direct revelation of the highest knowledge in human speech, for which all true scripture arises. Supreme word as manifest. As such, Matangi encompasses all levels of speech. Matangi and Sarasvati. Matangi relates to Sarasvati, the goddess of wisdom, and the consort of Lord Rama, the creator of the universe. Matangi, like Sarasvati, plays a veena and rules over music, or audible sound in general, and not just the spoken word. She is the manifest form of song. Like Sarasvati, she is symbolized by the rain cloud and by thunder, as well as by the rivers pouring into the sea. She is a vibratory sound, nada, that flows in the subtle channels, nadis, through our entire body and mind. However, Matangi and Sarasvati are a little different. Matangi is the form of Sarasvati directed towards inner knowledge. She is her dark, mystic, ecstatic, or wild form. Sarasvati is often a goddess of only ordinary learning, art, in culture. Matangi rules over the extraordinary, which takes us beyond the bounds of the conventional, Matangi is an outcast or artist who goes against the norms of society, while Sarasvati represents the knowledge and virtue of the Brahmin or learned class, which never departs from propriety. Matangi is that portion of Sarasvati which is allied with the transforming energy of Kali. Matangi as the guru. The guru, spiritual teacher, instructs us through the spoken word. Hence, his vehicle among the goddesses is Matangi. Matangi represents the teachings of the guru and the tradition. She represents the continuity of spiritual instruction in the world. By honoring her, we also honor the guru. Those seeking to teach others, particularly to communicate to the masses of people, should seek the grace of Matangi. Matangi and Ganesha. Mata also means wild or passionate. Matangi is one who is wild or passionate in limbs or movement. Matangi also means a female elephant. In Hindu mythology, the elephant relates to Ganesha.
On one level, she refers to the nature of the spoken word, which is inherently limited,
who was fitted with the head of an elephant.
Only if we look at the goddess power
is similarly
behind
the Lord of the Word and the Lord of knowledge, as well as the remover of all obstacles. Hence, mantras to him precede any teaching process, like the chanting of the Vedas, as well as the ordinary activities of life like marriage, travel, and business ventures.
The divine word has power. The divine word
Matangi has power, related to Ganesha, and
passion,
on one level
which is not
consort,
mere human emotion, but
generally the two
consorts
consorts of Ganesha are called
divine bliss.
Intelligence.
The divine word has power.
These same powers are
word
represented
is not
by
merely
Matangi.
a theoretical or practical statement, but
represented
an
by
effusion.
Matangi. Like Ganesha, she can be appreciated to remove obstacles and give accomplishments, as well as to grant knowledge.
This joy is another aspect of Matangi. Matangi is thus a wild, playful, and ecstatic goddess.
Matangi is described as an outcast.
Matangi, as the manifest creative word,
and as impure,
represents the great powers of nature.
This is
wherein
referring to the
word
nature of the spoken word, which is inherently limited in what
she personifies all the beauty.
Only if we look at the goddess power,
the tropical
Matangi
jungle,
behind the screen of words,
forest,
will we be
where
free
she happily dwells
from
like
the impurity
a mad
inherent
elephant,
in trying to put anything into
reflecting
words.
the primal rhythms of Mother Nature.
Only if we look to the
In this
goddess
regard,
power, Matangi behind
her
the
forms
screen of words
are sometimes
will be
mixed
free
with those
from the
of
impurity
Sundar.
inherent in trying
Her
to put
forms are
anything
sometimes
into
mixed
words.
with those of
The word makes
She is
things
similarly
profane.
the beauty of all creation in itself.
Naming often causes us to misapprehend.
She is similarly
devalue
the beauty of all
itself.
creation in the self.
Numbers,
But whereas
titles,
for Sundari,
descriptions,
the inner
and
explanations
explanations
of consciousness
become barriers to our actual
predominant.
contact with the
For
soul and
Matangi,
being.
the outer expression gains
Matangi
prominence.
rules over these
Matangi
articulations
as the
of
minister
language and gives the power to use them the right way and to go beyond them. However,
represents
there is another level
the
in which
mysterious
Matangi
power of
is
the
the
goddess.
outcast
She is the counselor
or the residue
to the Raja,
the self, or Atman, transcends the laws of nature and is beyond good, the supreme queen of the universe. Matangi, as the manifest knowledge of the self, takes us beyond such outward limitations, as such conditions called makes us outcasts, and transcending the human world altogether, and has power. Self-realized beings sometimes appear poor, crazy, or in some ways unusual, particularly in their vocalization and articulation. Crazy, or in some way gives us the ability to communicate. This is another part of the gods and goddesses, who is the visible appearance of the mantra, the highest knowledge. Who is the visible appearance of the highest goddesses through the power. Matangi is the highest of the goddesses. She rules over all, and that she allows all their powers and principles to be realized.
Among the 10 wisdom goddesses,
all their powers and principles seeking to be realized in these areas should honor Matangi. According to the Upanishads, the essence of the human being is speech. The essence of the human being is speech. What we express. Location in the body. The final product of all that we take Matangi resides in life, in the throat chakra, the center. What we express through speech. The center of speech. The final product. The center of speech of all that we take into ourselves in life. She also resides on the tip of the tongue, the place wherein speech is articulated. This and ultimate residue, we are able to taste the essence and representation. We are able to taste the essence through speech. Is there is a special nerve? There's a special nerve or channel. However, it's not. There's a special nerve casual speech or channel of the subtle body called Sarasvati that runs from the third eye to the tip of the tongue, which relates to her. Wow, Sarasvati. This is the stream of inspiration from the mind to its expression via speech. Matangi represents the flow of bliss through this channel, which makes us poet seers of the divine with all the powers of cosmic creativity. Matangi's meditation form is as follows. Playing a ruby-studded veena, ecstatic, delighting in sweet speech, I remember the daughter of the sage Matanga, who has soft, dark emerald limbs, who has 4 arms and wears the crescent moon for an ornament with uprisen breasts, anointed with the red kumkum powder, who carries a sugar cane bow, a noose, a hook, a flower arrows in her hand. I honor you, the one mother of the universe. Matangi is dark emerald green in color, the color of deep knowledge and profound life energy, which is also the color of the planet Mercury that governs intelligence. She plays the veena, a stringed instrument like a sitar, which shows her musical and vibratory power. She is beautiful and carries various weapons with which to fascinate and subdue us. In this regard, she has the same ornaments and weapons as Sundari. She's often said to have a parrot in her hands, which represents the powers of speech as inherent in nature. She sits on a throne made of gems. Mantra. Matangi can be worshipped by the mantra I'm, which is the mantra sacred to Savasrati, and is the seed syllable of wisdom, learning, teaching, and hence the very voice of the guru or inner guide. Matangi herself possesses a longer mantra of 20 syllables, which includes I, Krim, Aim, Srim, Namo, Bhagavatai, Ukshik Skandali, Sri, Matangi Skvari, Sarvajanya Van Sanskari, Svaha, Skveha. The mantra begins with Om, Hrim, Aim, Shrim. Om being the infinite, Hrim, transformation, and Aim, knowledge, and Shrim, glory. The mantra itself means reverence to the adorable Matangi. Reverence to the adorable Matangi, the outcast and residue. The outcast and residue who gives control over all creatures. As the residue, she is the divine. She is the divine self that is left over when all things perish. Though, through her mantric force, she gives us the power over all creatures. Through her mantric force, she gives us the power over all creatures who by her delight become our friends and companions. The Matangi yantra can be used along with the mantra. Meditation. The main worship of Matangi is to recite the teachings, particularly great scriptures like the Vedas, which embody the power of sound. The power of the mantra is connected with its sound. This power cannot be received through mere translations of their recitation. Such chants should be done in their original language. Chanting the Sanskrit alphabet is one best way to worship Matangi. The letters of the alphabet represent unmanifest sound, as opposed to the manifest differentiations of sound as various words. Chanting the Sanskrit alphabet can be allied with the petals of the chakras and used to help open them. Such chanting begins with the vowels corresponding to the throat chakra and continues through the alphabet down to the root chakra. In other words, it begins with Matangi. Another way to worship Matangi is reflect upon the meaning of the teachings, particularly the word of the guru. This requires contemplations of the teachings and how they relate to your own life and experience. Mantra has much more power if we understand it not merely intellectually, but according to the cosmic principles by which it vibrates. Music and song are other aspects of worship of Matangi. She is specifically a goddess of musicians. Yoga paths emphasizing music or the sound current like Nada Yoga relate to her. Meditating upon Matangi gives all powers of art and artistic expression. Meditating upon Matangi gives all powers of art and artistic expression. Yet in her highest role, we must recognize Matangi in her transcendent meaning as the silence of the self-nature. Which is the real essence and power behind all words and thoughts. Matangi is speech and art energized toward transcendence. To make the visible world, samsara, a realm of nirvana.